we actually get to speak with clients that are interested and are ready to buy. So the calls feels as if it's a warm call despite being cold. Education is one of the hardest objection to get past. It trumps price. But whenever they have been seeing our content for a while, that education piece is kind of already taken over. The people handling our social medias and our brand are people we trust and people that we care about and people that they care about us. Over the last 2 months, so that's like 120 to 150 posts, and I've only revised one. Your personal brand is the highest leverage decision that you can make. You might as well just give it to the experts.
All right. I'm here with Doby Lanete today. Doby's a FounderBrands client. Doby, why don't you just share a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Yeah. So like Colin said, I'm Doby. I run an automations agency where pretty much we build out systems and different automations for our clients so they can reduce their manual labor and honestly just save time and money across their business.
Okay, awesome. Super cool offer. So how did you hear about FounderBrands?
So originally I was in the same marketing community as you, Colin. So I typed in the chat. I was like, hey, I'm looking for LinkedIn ghostwriting. I'm trying to grow my LinkedIn page. And you were the first person to reply. You were just like, hey, we do the exact same thing that you're looking for. So I was like, oh gosh, I got to hop on a call with this guy and have a conversation, see how it goes.
Okay, cool. So let me ask you, what were you struggling with before FounderBrands that made you want to work with us?
Yeah, so originally I had a guy on LinkedIn. It was just like no training at all, no full understanding. I kind of just had this thought like if I just post every single day on LinkedIn, I'm going to start growing and I'm going to start seeing results and land a bunch of clients, make a bunch of money. He did it for 2 months. It was not the case. We did see like barely any growth, but again, it was better than nothing, but it just wasn't enough for the scale that I wanted.
By the way, if you don't want to share, that's fine. But what was your monthly revenue before we started working together?
Before we started, we were sitting around 10K a month.
Okay. Why did you decide it was time to sign up for our services?
Really was trying to just find other acquisition channels. So originally, the main acquisition channel that I had was only through referral. And I found that that wasn't enough to start growing the business. I found that like it's just not enough cold traffic. I'm not reaching out to enough people. And I just wanted to invest in a channel that I believed would have the best results for my business. And I do think it's still true to this day.
Okay, sweet. So how did FounderBrands help you solve what you were struggling with?
Originally, like I said, I was just posting once a day, or my guy was posting once a day. It was not good posts. It barely had any reach. I think I sent out one DM across those 2 months. And when I started working with FounderBrands, you guys just came in, had a great conversation with me, and honestly showed me the whole framework of how it would work out. So you showed me like, yeah, we're going to send out the daily posts on both LinkedIn and X, as well as we're going to start nurturing people and start commenting on different people's posts. And that was something that blew my mind. I didn't even think about that. And that process really started to grow traction. I was looking at, well, I check the analytics every now and then, and I see that we're on a constant pace up. Our impressions are up every single day. And it's simply just off of the quality of the posts as well as the quality of the comments. And DMs are also now recently being sent out such that we're actually in conversations with potential clients.
And how long have we been working together? Because we're still in the early stages, right? How long
Yeah.
has it been?
It's only been 2 months. We started in December. Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah. About 2.5 months. We started in December or the end of December going into the new year. But yeah, it's only been 2.5 months.
Tell everybody where you started from a follower count standpoint on both X and LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, I was sitting around a 400 or a 300 follower count. And after working with FounderBrands across two months, we doubled it. But the biggest thing is less about the follower count, but honestly more of the impressions. Like we almost 4x'd our impressions. We're just across multiple channels, just having more communication. I've seen more people DM me just for the sake of DMing me, just because we're more active on the platform. And for X, I think I had like 2 followers probably. And after 2 months, we're at 100, almost pushing 150 now. But X is really starting to see a lot more comments and more communication as well.
I love how the growth that you're seeing on X especially too. I've got your impressions by week pulled up: 608, 1800, 9000, 5000, 2400, 2600, 8300, 21,000, 12,000. So it's like exponentially higher starting from 2 followers, right? Now we're over 100 followers, but really follower count is not a super important metric on X. It's really about the reach. How many people are seeing your intelligent
Completely
content,
agreed.
right? Okay, awesome. So, well, tell us about some of the clients, some of the leads you're talking to and how they found you and how that experience is going.
Yeah, so originally all the clients that are talking with us right now are straight out of DMs. So Founder Brands and their team, they've been DMing a bunch of people across LinkedIn and X, but it's not just like cold DMs. They spend a good amount of time warming up those leads and having good communication across the board that makes it such that we actually get to speak with clients that are interested and are ready to buy. So we've had a couple conversations with warm leads so far, and those conversations really are just amazing. Like they've already been following the content for a while. They already understand what we do as a business. And this is something that, at least in the automations agency space, education is one of the hardest things. It's the hardest objection to get past. Even it trumps price. But whenever it's like this warm content and they have been seeing, or sorry, warm leads and they've been seeing our content for a while, that education piece is kind of already taken over. So the calls are, it feels as if it's a warm call despite being cold.
Yeah. Those are so much better.
Yeah, 100%.
It's more of a formality when you get on the sales call with a warm
Yeah.
lead, right? It's just like, okay, is this guy who he says he is, who portrays online, and is he not crazy? All right, let's do it.
Yeah,
It's so much better. Okay.
for sure.
Other than revenue, what other benefits have you gotten from using our services?
I think it's really just positioning in the space. I believe the biggest real estate that you could take over right now is attention. So being able to be on both LinkedIn and X, which is two places where attention is most important because these are the highest people willing to buy, so the highest buyer intent, taking that space and positioning myself slowly but surely as an expert in the field is something that definitely has started happening ever since working with you guys.
Yeah, that's awesome. Can you describe the time commitment required from your end during our collaboration, what responsibilities you have, and what we take care of?
Yeah, 100%. So I just sit in a call for an hour every month and I just get asked questions. I get to talk about my story and I love to talk. So if anything, it just feels like I'm having a conversation with a friend. And after that 1 hour, it really is just like sitting back, watching. Every now and then they'll send me posts to approve, make sure that it aligns with what I would post myself. From there, it's really, I kind of just leave it alone.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have it fully set up as a done for you service because that's what everybody wants pretty much. They don't know,
Yeah.
we're all busy. We're all busy founders. We don't have time to do full-time content creation.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Tell me about these monthly content recordings. How's your experience been with those?
Yeah, like I said, those are fun. Honestly, like I kind of look forward to it because I just get to have a good conversation. I'll be speaking with Caitlin. Love the communication. It's just a fun, honest, down to earth conversation where I'm just explaining the things that I've done over the last month or my stories maybe over the past 3 years. And that's something that is just a really enjoyable experience.
Yeah. Caitlin's amazing. How well do you think she captures your tone when creating content?
Even at the very start, it's very good. I think because we have a conversation, she kind of picks up the tone that I already speak at. So I think I've only revised one post, and you guys send out two a day and over the last 2 months. So that's like 120 to 150 posts, and I've only revised one. She picked up the content incredibly well, or sorry, my tone and content incredibly well. So yeah, it's been incredible.
By the way, Doby, everyone on our team who works with you, your client success manager, outbound specialist, they all say that you're their favorite client to work with.
I love that. I love to
super
hear that.
responsive, super easy to work with. And yeah, they love working with you. So I thought I'd share that as well.
That's great to hear.
Why would you recommend someone work with Founder Brands over other solutions?
I think the biggest thing, and I've said this to my team because I have a team member, my head of operations. He's the one who communicates with Founder Brands a good amount. We've had a conversation, and it's like, honestly, the number of touch points and the number of care that is provided, like the customer success is very, very good. We would just get messages every day. Sometimes the project manager would come in and have a conversation with me just for the sake of having that conversation. I was talking to my, again, head of operations, and he was like, yeah, I've been just DMing the commenter for a while. And I'm like, what? You're having these communications? I thought we were just trying to get the outcome. But in reality, we ended up getting a good personal connection with the team. So it's just really enjoyable having to know that the people handling our social medias and our brand are like those same people are like people we trust and people that we care about and people that they care about us.
Yeah, for sure. So like I said, you're one of our best clients that we enjoy working with. What is one piece of advice you have for other clients to get the most out of our services?
Yeah, for sure. It just is keep doing the things they ask. It really is like they just, hey, can you give us these pictures? Can you book a time for a call? It's just like, okay, let's do the call. Hop on right away, or send the pictures as promptly as possible, or respond as quick to whenever they send the posts for approval. Those pieces, just getting them done fast allows them to do their best work. And it's really interesting to see like how fast they're able to get things. Like just yesterday, I requested a post because I recently went to an event and that post just showed up the next morning. And I was like, oh my goodness, it's already written. It's already ready. So definitely a good service.
Yeah, awesome. We can turn around fast for sure. What would you say to
100%.
someone who's considering working with us?
I would say your personal brand is the most important thing that you can do. It's the highest leverage decision that you can make. I personally tried to build my personal brand on LinkedIn and X before, and it just wasn't my cup of tea. So you might as well just give it to the experts.
Yeah, that's basically all I've got for you, Doby. Any other final thoughts you'd like to share with the viewers?
I think just work with them. Just like get on. If you're thinking about getting clients from LinkedIn X, making a boatload of money, just sign with Colin right now. Honestly, be nice and quick with it.
I love it. You're a beast, man. And just want to close with you have 100 followers now on X
Yep.
and getting 20,300 impressions in a week. That's 203 times the follower count just for the week.
Yeah.
So let's continue to grow that and make you a bunch of money, man. Thanks for
Yeah,
hopping on.
let's do it.
Appreciate it.
Of course, of course. See you around.